Headline number 3. Maybe the Rockets are actually better without Alperen Sengun. Real or fake news?
That was the one we talked about off camera. Yeah. No, I hate that narrative, bro. Like I hate it with a passion. I think that because it's the reason we get that narrative is because in the month of March, it was after the 5th game we played in March. Which by the way, we were 13-2 in March, but 4 of those 13 wins came with Şengün in the lineup. So it wasn't like we were just like trolling without him. Like, no, he was there when we were good too. But we won. I guess we won was at 9 without him, and only lost 1 in that time frame. And then Jalen Green, like that was the month you're talking about where he like the father thing kind of took over and he just like exploded. And so everybody saw that and was like, oh, that's proof that we play better without Şengün. But that's like, one, Şengün was there for the first like third of the month, right? When we were playing, like when the team kind of started picking up the play, he was there for that. And then like not only was he there for that, bro, he was like some of his best games. Matter of fact, I think you could argue his 2 best games of the season came the 2 games before he got hurt. He dropped 45 and I think 15 on Wemby against the Spurs, and then he followed up. It was a back-to-back. The very next night, he dropped like 23, 19, and 14 or something like that, like a crazy triple-double against the Clippers. And so it's like not only was he there, he was hooping. He gets hurt. And yeah, we did go on a really big run, but I feel like you have to contextualize the level of competition. We played like the Wizards twice. We played the Jazz twice. We played the Blazers. We played a bunch of teams that were not trying to win. And then yeah, we did play the 2 big wins without Şengün was the Cavs and the Thunder. But it's like that Cavs team, if you go back and rewatch, I remember watching that game, like Donovan Mitchell was not healthy. He was not, he probably should, he didn't even finish the game. He should not have been in that game. He was not healthy. And then we played OKC without SGA. And so it's like, yeah, 2 big wins, but like, it wasn't like we beat the champs. You know what I'm saying? Right. We were beating up. We got 2 big wins against those guys, and the rest of them are literally the teams that were in the bottom 5 of the league. And so for me, it's like that's not evidence that we play better. And then I'll end my plan by saying this: if we do play better without Şengün, why is it that the very next month when we stopped playing the bottom feeder teams, we lost 5 in a row? We lost 5 straight games to Dallas, Golden State, Minnesota, Miami, and it was Dallas again. I don't know, not in that order, but those are the five games we played. We lost 5 straight. And for me, it's like if we played better, why did we start losing when we start playing the teams that weren't tanking for a lottery spot? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like I hate that narrative.
Do you think that you guys would have made a playoffs if he was healthy?
It would have helped. Because we probably don't lose 5 straight. But I don't remember how Golden State finished. I think it was 46 wins. So I think we were like 5 games behind them. So it was going to be an uphill battle regardless, just because of how deep the West was. Like, I don't know if y'all know, but this is like the deepest the West has ever been. Like,
yeah, we know. We've done a lot of team previews.
No, we were the first and only team to have a 500 record as the 11th seed. It's never happened before.
Yeah.
So like every other year but last year, that would have been good enough for like the play-in. So I don't know. I don't know if we would have did it because we were fighting such an uphill battle. But
all right, I want to go back to Sengun. We touched on it briefly, but obviously he's the best player on the Rockets. You pretty much go as far as your best player goes in the NBA. What does he have to improve on? What does he have to add to his game in order to take the Rockets to the next level?
Somebody asked me that the other day, and it actually stumped me. Like I didn't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
And I'm usually not stumped. So like that was
I got an answer for everything.
Yeah, like that's because I don't. The thing with Şengün is like he's already exceeded every expectation I thought he was gonna have when we drafted him, and like he's still so young. So it's like it's not like I think some people look at it like he's been so good so early, so like he's just done growing. But for me, it's just like, well, no, that just means he can grow even more. Like he's been here for 3 seasons, or no, going into 4 seasons now, but he's still like one of like I think he's the same age as Jabari. So like he's still really really young.
It's crazy.
So yeah, he still has like so much work, like room to grow.
Yeah.
But like where, man, like I don't know. I would love to see it be. I think if he could space the floor a bit more, like not necessarily saying he has to become like a a cat level shooter. You know, y'all got that guy now.
Right.
Like not I don't think he has to become that good, but good enough to where he could space the floor on like low volume for our, like if we have a guy who wants to get downhill, stuff like that, hit the occasional catch and shoot three, or just kind of make defenses respect him.
Yeah.
You know, on the perimeter. I think that's probably what would do his game the best. But like I said, he's already so good to me, and like I said, I don't really know where his game goes from here, honestly, because he's I didn't know his game was gonna get here to begin with. So to tell you where it goes from now, I don't even really know.
How tired are you of explaining how a contract
I
extension
knew that's what you were
works?
saying.
How, like,
I knew that's what that was going.
no, it's been like a month straight. I saw you like trying to be like, hey, listen, it's not time yet. You're gonna get it. People are like, no,
Bro.
this is disrespect. I'm like, dog, like, how tired of you? You're
Oh,
explaining
bro, it
how
was
a contract extension is supposed to work.
it was so frustrating because it was like I don't know, for me, this is kind of been my biggest thing is if you don't, and I mean this respectfully, if you don't know what you're talking about, you don't got to speak on it. So, like that's why I don't speak on like for example the Knicks or the Nets. If I'm not as knowledgeable on that as you guys are, I'm not finna come in and tell you this is how it works. I don't watch all 82 Knicks or Nets games. You know what I'm saying? So like if you don't know about it, like you don't have to speak on it. And it's like for me, it's just like you're just wrong, respectfully, if that's kind of what your perspective was, because like the reason he's not getting his extension is not because he sucks. It's not because the Rockets don't believe in him. There's nothing going on like that. It's the exact same thing that we saw the Sixers do with Tyrese Maxey, you know, last offseason and now this offseason. That's how they were able to get Paul George. And it's just like, for me, if you are someone who's a fan of the team, you should probably want that option to, like, not just saying you're going to sign Paul George, but just like maybe there's somebody else out there next summer that can come in and, you know, make the team better. Or maybe you trade for somebody into the cap space. You know, there's different avenues where you can kind of use that type of stuff. But yeah, like that's what you should want if you're a fan of the team. In my opinion, because that makes us better. It's not like if he doesn't get the money now, he'll never get it, or it's not like he's missing out on money. He's gonna get the same contract next summer. It's just you know what I'm saying? It's just a formality kind of thing, so we can take advantage of the cap space this cap hole would generate. And then the funny part is like they I don't know if y'all saw this. One of the most I think he's the most trusted source in our fan base. The guy who writes for our local newspaper, he said that there's a good chance he just gets one before the season starts anyways. And so like, and he said that like I think that was media day, so that was Monday. Where he was like, yeah, he might just get a contract anyways. And I think he might take a little bit less than the max to make that work, but yeah, I don't know. It was like you said, it was frustrating having to explain that a million times. Like he's not getting traded. The Rockets don't hate him. He's the best player on this team. He's gonna be here for a very long time. The reason he's not getting his money is because we will have more money to spend on the whole team if we wait one more summer. It's the same thing the Sixers just did. So like, let's relax.